So about 4 days ago, I said if ticker symbol Nvidia could not get above 180, then look for a pullback down to 175. And if 175 failed to hold as support, then look for a further pullback to 172. Take a listen. So currently, Nvidia stock is running into resistance at 180. If buyers cannot push the stock above this level, then I want you guys to look for a pullback down to 175. And if 175 failed to hold as support, then look for a further pullback down to 172. So looking at the current chart, you guys can see that Nvidia could not get back above 180, and as a result, the stock did end up pulling back to 175 and then to 172, as I've predicted. Now, a couple days ago, I also said if ticker symbol INTC could get above 24.77, then you guys should look for a run to 26.27. And if the stock could get above that level, then look for a further run to 28.34. Take a listen. Now, to the upside, if Intel stock can break above resistance at 24.77, then I want you guys to look for a 7% increase to 26.27. And if the buyers can push the stock above 26.27 and use that level as support, then look for a further run to 28.34. And from current price, we're looking at a return of over 15%. With that said, my overall target for Intel remains at $38 per share. Now, for some time now, I've been giving you guys my bullish stance on Intel. And that is despite any negatives that people have been saying about the company. For me, it was all about the technicals, and the technicals was saying that the stock was undervalued. Along with that, which I also told you guys, is the fact that Intel is an American company, and I don't believe the government will allow it to fail. With that said, if you're currently wondering what's behind today's price action for Intel, well, it's because Nvidia is taking a $5 billion stake in the company. Take a listen.
Just happened moments ago. Nvidia making a $5 billion or agreeing to investment in Intel, a partnership. The deal does not include an agreement for Intel to manufacture Nvidia chips. Nvidia and Intel will, however, develop PC and data center chips, according to a news release that was just out. John Fort, man, oh man, so at 7:14, he was in bed sleeping. At 6:40, no. You're here for the IPO.
These are my pajamas, Joe. Yeah, I'm here for the Netscope IPO, but just happen to be here as this news crosses.
Which is good. And my immediate question, Jensen Huang's over there right now at the state dinner, right?
Yeah.
Did the president, did the government, you see any of meddling here with this, or was it?
I don't know. I mean, of course, we know that America is a shareholder going forward in Intel, yeah. But you mentioned it.
Passive, supposedly.
Yeah. What's interesting here is that how the Intel stock is moving on this. This is not what some people might have hoped for, which is an agreement between Nvidia and Intel for Intel Foundry to manufacture Nvidia's leading AI chips, right? And Intel really wants to have this leading edge foundry, much of it in America, manufacturing the most advanced chips. This isn't what this appears to be. This appears to be an agreement for Intel to use its x86 computer, CPU technologies to connect to what Nvidia makes, and both on the PC side and then on the data center side, that what some would consider older school PC and data center brain connecting to Nvidia's new school AI brains. But perhaps some of the enthusiasm is hope. Okay, well, if they're talking about this, maybe they'll talk about some of the other stuff. $5 billion is not a ton of money for the amount of investment Intel needs in its foundry business if it's going to manufacture leading edge in the US. So $5 billion doesn't particularly move the needle. We're talking tens of billions of dollars that Intel needs invested there.
Now, going into the rest of the video, here's some important levels to watch on ticker symbol TSLA, Tesla, SOFI Technologies, ticker symbol SOFI, and Intel, ticker symbol INTC. Let's go ahead and start with Intel, ticker symbol INTC. So current support for Intel is going to be at 30.25. If the stock cannot stay above this level, then I want you guys to look for a 4% pullback to 29.20. And if 29.20 failed to hold as support, then look for a further pullback to 28.34. And below 28.34, my next target to the downside is going to be at 26.27. And from current price, we're looking at a decline of 13%. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the upside. So if Intel stock can stay above current support at 30.25, then I want you guys to look for a 6% run to 32.60. Now, if buyers can push the stock above 32.60 and use this level as support, then look for a further run to $35. Overall, my price target for Intel remains at $38. And from current price, we're looking at a return of over 23%. Let's now take a look at Tesla, ticker symbol TSLA. So current support for Tesla is going to be at 415. If the stock cannot stay above this level, then I want you guys to look for a 6% pullback to 390. And if 390 failed to hold as support, then look for a further pullback down to 373. And if 373 gets broken, then look for a pullback to 352. From current price, we're looking at a decline of 17%. Now to the upside, if Tesla can stay above current support at 415, then look for an increase of 6% to 443. And if buyers can push the stock above 443, then I want you guys to look for a run to 468. And above 468, my next price target to the upside for Tesla is going to be at 494. The next stock is SOFI Technologies, ticker symbol SOFI. So current support for SOFI is going to be at 2770. If the stock cannot stay above this level, then I want you guys to look for a 5% pullback to 2650. And if 2650 failed to hold as support, then look for a further pullback down to 2430. And from current price, we're looking at a decline of 13%. Now to the upside, if SOFI can stay above current support, then I want you guys to look for a 2% continuation to 2882. And if the stock can get above 2882 and stay above this level, then look for a run to $31. And from current price, we're looking at an increase of over 10%. Alright guys, if you like today's video, go ahead and leave a thumbs up. And if you're currently watching and you're not yet subscribed, do consider subscribing. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.